I thought I'd make a quick vlog. And I know it's been a long time since I vlogged, and so much has happened since then. My car had its catalytic converter stolen, and I had that fixed, and there were some other issues with the car, and the car is now fixed. Um, so I'm happy about that. But that was a lot of jumping through hoops and trying to get everything organized with insurance and claims adjusters and the shop and rental cars. So it was a lot. I finally stopped coughing last, at least a lot, like I had been last Monday or Tuesday. And so I was happy about that. And uh, today, today was a very interesting day. A very, very interesting day. All I can say about it is that um, there's some issues with my bank. And that's all I can say. There are issues with my bank. And I just, I get the runaround all the time when I try to get to the bottom of things. So I don't know what's gonna happen. But I did get the runaround all all day long. So we'll see what happens with that. And that's all I can say about it. But uh so the next thing I want to talk about is my mother. I went to see her a couple of times finally, and she's doing well. I'm happy about that. She's uh she's also happy. She seems to have adjusted very well to living in a nursing home. But then she's always been that way. When there's other people around, she's happy. So I'm glad. I'm glad because I couldn't take care of her anymore, at least not properly. I couldn't properly take care of her anymore. It was way, way too difficult. And so now I don't feel as guilty as I did. So I feel better about that. And I wanted to say a few things about um, my language in the schools. So, I thought about my language and I think about everything that I have tried to start and then I just stop and cannot. It's like a roadblock. There's like a roadblock. And I know that back in the day, people said blocking, with hypnosis, with magic, whatever they use. So they stop you from doing what you want to do. And um, so I haven't oil painted in a very long time, and I would love to do that. I haven't uh, studied linguistics the way I wanted to. I started and then I stopped, and every time I pick up the book, I can't finish. I started finishing Vogue Guide to Sewing, and then I stopped. And these are things I want to do. Now, I don't know if this has anything to do with my illness or if it really is the fact that I'm being blocked or whatever. I'm going to have to find out. So I may sign up for counseling just to see if that would help with me, actually go finishing things because I always finished everything I started before, and it just seems like, you know, I have a long list of things that I'd like to finish up and even start doing, and do like cleaning the house on a regular basis. I know when I lived in the basement, I cleaned all the time, and now I can't. Um, so maybe some counseling might be just what I need. So I am going to sign up for. I know my men counsel me. I do have counseling. I mean, I'm constantly in counseling. There's no way I could be happy or live the way I am. Well, Jesus, I'm sure, put the counseling in my life. So, you know, because I trust Jesus. So, anyway, but, so maybe, well, I'm going to leave it there. Unfinished again. Maybe I won't get counseling from a licensed therapist in person, and I'll just continue having counseling from my man. So, and it just all I it this whole day has just been one big runaround. Here, no, we can't help it. I can't talk about it. I can't speak about it, so I will just leave it at that. You know me. I like to talk about everything. I like to tell my viewers everything that's going on in my life, but in this point, I can't because it's so well. I just can't. And okay, so my language, yes. So my language and the schools and things like that. So the language, I would love to finish it, but there's no way I could do it on my own without um without being fully healed. So because I don't like there's so much involved in a language. There's so much involved in a language that so like you know and a language created by one singular person will only have one point of view, and it's culture. It has to it relates to the people who speak to it. For example, things that are important to a certain culture or the people who speak a certain language have more words that mean those things. More ways to say it, more words for it. So, you know, those kinds of things. And me, I would probably just say one way or two ways to say a certain thing, but what is an example in English? Like dog. I like dogs, so I'm gonna use that example. Dogs, pooches, rovers, uh, those kinds of things. It has more than one word to describe it. So, and I can't think of everything. I know that I had some examples, but like a while ago that I thought of, and I don't know. Anyway, but so me creating the language would only be the basics because people need to speak the language and then add to it. So, and it would be the group of people who wanted to speak the language and add to it and all that would really make the language come to life. So, and like I said, I can't really do it until I'm healed completely. I can work on it, I can make inroads, but I cannot really complete the language you know, until I'm healed. There's no way. And if other people want to get involved in helping, that would be awesome too. Anyway, so that's that. And then I wanted to say, when it comes to education, I'm seeing a lot of people talking about how now we're all teachers and we're all learners. And that's true. And I don't know if I said we are all teachers, but that is absolutely true. Everyone is a teacher. Whether you know it or not, you are a teacher. Everyone shows by example. People learn by your example. People learn by your words. Whether you are doing it purposely or just unconsciously, you are teaching. Everyone is teaching. So other people about um about life, about yourself, about everything. And there are lessons to learn from just about everything you do, say, and hear and see. Anyway, but so I don't know, I've seen that now. People are saying we're all teachers too. So we are all teachers and we are all learners. And those are the basics. Those are the basics of humanity. I mean, of course, being spiritual and, getting baptized and, you know, believing in Jesus and all that. But all that has to be shown to you by someone or done, you know, I don't know at what point every religion has a baptism in Christianity because I know some are adults and in Catholicism, if we can, we baptize them as a baby, and but some people who convert to Catholicism are baptized as older people, older than a baby. So I don't know, but these are all things you learn. And you learn that school is important, or you learn from your experience at school that you don't like it, or you learn that you love school and you learn a lot in school and you learn a lot walking to school or getting a ride to school or talking to your parents, talking to your friends, talking to your children, talking to your relatives. So I don't know. But and when I say parents, I mean my mother because you know, I don't have kids. So to me see that's another part of language and where I come from. That's a that's a big part of the language that would be missing is all those special things that parents know the parents would express, because I never had kids. But, you know, working with my mother and talking to her and, you know, I don't know. I don't know. That's my point of view. So, anyway, but that's another example of how the language would be just from one point of view. It has to come from multiple points of views. And, with some commonalities in it, and the commonalities would be the basics of the language. So, anyway, uh, but yeah, so we all learn and we all teach. I just wanted to address that because people are saying that a lot now in places where I read, and I just wanted to acknowledge that I agree. I agree. Now, are they saying it to me or because of me? No, they're just saying it. So, or maybe because of me, but it is true in my opinion, in my humble opinion. I believe that it's true. So, but so how are we? And that goes. Okay, so how does the school of the future get parents on board to teach the students um, a new way of uh, communicating and a new way of learning and and a new way of writing. So how do you get parents on board to do that? I don't know. I don't know. And I said it was the schools of the future, but those are only my schools of the future. And as I've said and made it very clear, that I'm not going to try to be the only schools out there. My schools will not be the only schools out there. There will be options, plenty of options for people to continue learning the way school is taught now. Plenty of options for whatever other schools want to start up or my schools. So I don't know. I just um sometimes I get frustrated thinking about how it's it's taking me so long to heal. But I trust Jesus. See, Jesus is right there. Jesus is right there. Right there. Jesus is right there. And Jesus, when I give my day to Jesus, things just work out. So I have to continue doing that. And I'm patient and I'm calm and I'm relaxed and you know so I have to keep giving my days to Jesus so that I don't get frustrated as much as I do sometimes, as I used to, I should say. Anyway, as, and you can see the frustration. This is me just expressing some frustration over um not being there yet. And a lot of it has to and a lot of it has to do with um well, it all has to do with counseling and religion and my acceptance and all of that. But I'm frustrated with the bank. And so that's all I'm going to say about that again. And on that note, I just want to say I do look forward to the future. A lot of people are predicting a lot of terrible things happening to the world. Like AI is going to take over um and there's going to be a crash, all kinds of things. So, if you put your faith and trust in Jesus, He'll guide you through everything, no matter what happens in this world, you know? And, so I am just going to put my faith and trust in Jesus and pray because I don't. And, I might have to go back on this, but I don't think that AI is going to take over. Everyone who created AI, artificial intelligence, are coming back now and saying, oh no, it's a bad thing, it's a bad thing. You know, obviously, um, if it does get into the wrong hands, it could be a very terrible thing. But um, I, n- I don't know. I don't know. I can't speak on it too much. I can only say that I don't think it's gonna go to the point where it's going to start, shutting down grids or um, destroying the internet or starting wars or launching missiles all by itself. I don't think so, but I don't know. At least I'm going to pray that it doesn't. So, on that note, I'm going to end this vlog and I'm going to say that I hope everybody watching has a great evening tonight and a great day tomorrow and things go your way. I will say a prayer for my viewers and, because I always ask for prayers and, I could use some, but only if you want to. You don't have to. But I will say a prayer for all of my viewers and ask for a special blessing for you. Okay. And I pray for humanity every night too. So, on that note, I will end this vlog And I will say I hope everybody watching has a great evening tonight and a great day tomorrow. Thanks anyway. All right, bye.